I gotta wait. How long I gotta wait for a press record?
Go.
Welcome to the stand, where Miss Dream always has a story.
It's Dream, and we got a season 2. Your Black Bostonian here, a product of a single mother who I work to make proud every single day. I'm a 3-degree holder, your veteran educator, your tech entrepreneur, and founder of the Chair platform. My platform is dedicated to supporting Black and Brown people on their hair journey by creating hair boards, connecting to hairstylists, and sharing haircare tips for a more joyous experience. My podcast is about sharing hair stories, educator stories, entrepreneurship stories, and stories surrounding identity with goals to leave you laughing, learning, and advocating. So come in and listen to the stories in the chair.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Thanks for making me famous. This is going to be hilarious.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Al Peeples. Al, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Aljemall Peeples. I am a youth activities worker for a nonprofit named Project Right. Also, I am a co-founder and director of Mike and Al's Basketball League. Hit me with a dream.
Al and I have known each other for a very long time. He's watched me grow up because my mother worked at Project Right for a long time, so I would always have to go there after school, and Al was there. So he'd just see me doing my homework, crack a couple jokes, and always just impart youth wisdom and always check in to make sure that I wasn't getting in trouble. And then as I got older, he would always just keep asking me, what country have you been to now? Where are you going next? And so it always became this nice running joke that every time I saw him, I added a new country to the list.
Exactly. I always got to ask, man, where you been? Been a lot more places than I have. But I am getting out of that. I've been in Dominican Republic though.
Okay, let's go. We're traveling. Let's go.
Put my toes in the sea in different countries.
So I'm curious to know, did you always know you wanted to be in youth development?
No, it kind of fell into our laps. Me and my partner, I should say, Michael Hall, growing up around the neighborhood, it, something happened tragically a couple, before we started. A couple guys from the neighborhood ran a BNBL team. Now, what happened with this team is you got the worst of the worst of the neighborhoods, so kind of like on the fence. So what they did is pulled everybody together and made a basketball team of it. And we traveled, something that we never experienced before. But unfortunately, one of our teammates got shot and killed. But it left so much of an impact in the neighborhood that the guys didn't want to run the team anymore without him. So me and Mike picked up the slack and got all the kids that used to watch us practice and stuff like that, put them all in a hat, and we went from there. 25 years later, here I am. And Project Right we was founded. Money was coming out of pocket. There was no resources for anything that we was doing. I had a summer job. Mike was fresh out of high school at Boston Medical. I was still in high school, so any money I got from summer job was buying T-shirts off of teachers and stuff like that. And that's how I built. And a nonprofit found us and wanted to help, and we've been going flying colors ever since.
So how many years altogether that you've been running?
Oh, Green, you can't show the age. 25 years. 25 years. My pops always says Girl Hall's best kept secret. So hopefully the secret's out now.
25 years
hmm
running youth basketball league for kids in the neighborhood, kids who people forget about, kids who are struggling, need support. need a home and something that you did when you were a teen. What keeps you doing it so long?
Because for a long time we know that when I was growing up, like I didn't you remember when I was young, Dream. I wasn't trying to hear everything any adult was saying at 17, 19 years old. Like, why do you care so much about me? And I look at it like me and Mike, we didn't have the best of homes and stuff like that. We didn't have a great upbringing and stuff like that. So we realized it's like we got hit with like a stigma in the neighborhoods, like everybody in the neighborhood bad, and we wanted to change that. So we know that a lot of kids don't have the greatest homes and stuff like that. So is a reason why they're acting out, or there's a reason why they're not feeling the love that. So we try to bring that brotherlyhood, the sisterhood, that I try to get as many different backgrounds as possible to fit my kids. And maybe you might not connect with me, you might not connect with Mike, but it's going to be someone you connected with to find out what really is going on. And I know because I've been in that type of environment that for our example, we always commercials or something like that back in the day. Just say no to drugs. It's hard to say no to drugs when your mother's on it, your father's on it, your brother sells it. So we got to have some type of outlet from that. And to our neighborhood that had nothing, we brought that.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Look, it's my commercial. We will be right back.
It's more than just a bad hair day. It's a journey. Finding the right hairstyle isn't easy, nor is finding the right stylist or the right products. Looking in every corner of the web gets messy, overwhelming, and exhausting. All the ads, the articles, the products, the videos, it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. And now, it isn't. The Chair. A black and brown centered platform where you can design hair boards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a new, joyful path on your hair journey. Avoid the clutter, save yourself hours, months, and even years of research and poor trial and error. Everything you need and only what you need is in one place. Hair boards made by people like you, for you. Find the right products, the right people, the right answers for you, stress-free. Join the Chair community and make every day a great hair day. When you share your pain, you allow others to help you. And when you share your success, you help others get theirs. Lean on the Chair. We got you. No stress, no strife. In the chair. The chair. The chair. All right.
I have so many thoughts. When
Mm-hmm.
people are coming into your space for the first time, seeing the youth, seeing that kids are learning and they're struggling, or they're saying,
Mm-hmm.
just give all the bad kids to Al. What is your response to them?
My response to that is it happens. I have had it, not directly, but it happens low key and stuff like that. They give us a. It's just when they walk in there, it's just a complete turnaround. They just amazed that this stuff been going on for this long with no incident. So a lot of people outside looking in want to bring them challenges to the organization. We as an organization, Project Right and myself, had accepted that a long time ago. I had to learn how to follow before I became a leader. And the old saying says takes a village. I had your mom, I had Mr. Rashawn Knowles, I had Director Mike Kozu, the late John Barbour, I had John. Everybody, it's hard when you're a kid yourself at the time, and people will challenge you to see the worst because you know when something's different in our neighborhood, we always have something negative to say instead of helping the situation. And that's what I have got for a lot of years of doing it. That oh, kids is gonna argue, kids is gonna have a shoving match. They're gonna have. It's never been something that we couldn't resolve. Luckily, I'm hoping for that that we couldn't resolve in a matter. But it was. I had an officer told me one time when Mike and Al's is in process, crime's going down 40% in this neighborhood from youth violence. So it kind of helps in that way that if you're sending them to me, it's going to be a complete turnaround. I have had that happen before that somebody sent somebody that was when you wouldn't think you going to turn around. And at the time, the principal at the pilot middle school met him a couple years later, couldn't even recognize him because he was like a law-abiding citizen and couldn't believe that was him because you couldn't control him at the time.
So, would your argument be that there needs to be more youth programs in neighborhoods that are under resourced and underfunded?
Yeah, for a long time, we fought as an organization, as residents, as a community, and all about a community center. At the time, we fought hard. They gave us a bubble. Now, the bubble was a big old tent around a concrete floor. I'm going to say this. We ran that bubble to the ground. When I mean to the ground, it didn't matter if it rained, downpours in the bubble. We swept the rain out the gate and kept playing. My knees are paying for that 15 years later. But it set the foundation that if you build it, the youth will come. So, as modern day today, we actually going to have a full functional community center because the groundwork was played years ago and we fought, we kept fighting. And what happens is, yes, we lived on Intervale, Magnolia, Columbia Road. We had to let politicians and state reps know, whoever would listen to us for 5 minutes, that there's boundaries that we can't go. You shouldn't be gang involved. Everybody's not gang involved. We're just guilty by associations of where we live at. Nobody's gang involved. We just guilty by association. We can't help where we live at. This is where our parents live. Like some of the people in the neighborhood might be doing their thing and doing all the stuff that y'all claim they're doing and are probably doing it, but it's not everybody. But if I give a friend a high five, a dab, a handshake, if somebody from the opposite street see me giving that person, they already automatically think I'm with them. So I can't go to the community center that's right on Geneva Ave because I'm from Intervale. I live on Intervale. And that's the stance that we made. Like we need our own community. Even though the bubble was great and all, was it the safest place if something happened? No, because the only thing that's protecting that is tent. You could go through a tent, but gangs from the neighborhood, whatever, knew that was neutral ground. That's all we had. So whatever stuff they was going on in the streets, they left that on the streets and didn't bring that to that bubble. I don't. To be honest with you, for the love that we didn't have anything, I believe that because we didn't have anything, that's why people didn't bring no stag in that type of environment because we didn't have anything. So something happened in there, they're gonna shut everything down. What happened to the bubble? It got shut down because of the molding and how they built it, and the grounds are contaminated. It wasn't because of something happening in that. So for the how many years that held up, we're grateful for that.
You had to prove that what you were creating works. You had to prove it without any support, any money. You had to prove
Hmm.
it with a makeshift space. You had
Hmm.
to create boundaries because no one was believing that this could work. You prove that. Bubble gets shut down because of buildings that have nothing to do with you. They don't
Mhm.
support you after that, but you have all of this research. You have years and years of changed lives, changed experiences of these kids.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. What happens on further on down the line, yes, we had renovations at the Jeremiah Burke High School that's located in Dorchester. Yes, the BCYF let us use the building, the host our events and stuff like that. It kept us in what we did have at the bubbles to continue that legacy, but it wasn't fully functional. What I mean by fully functional, kids can't use the gym or anybody can use any gym or anything. It's just a gym floor, community center at the bottom floor, which is a scene like a room, the front desk, and that's it. And everything else is in the gym. There's no pool. There's no other activities in the thing because that's not fully functional. And another thing is you can't use the gym after school because it's the high school got first priority. So that's not going to work. We told them it wasn't going to work. Did they listen? No. Then incident happened. Then they shut down that community center. Now nobody got nowhere to go anymore. So it's just Jeremiah Burke, and that's it. Now, with us going on, how long we've been going with Project Right, and they fought for us to go back in the community just to keep it going because kids didn't have nowhere to go. So he was able to run the Mike Canals and dodgeball and paint nights. It grew bigger than what is supposed to go. Like how could I get the parents involved? How could I get the parents to just shut down everything and be more involved in their child? I tell them all the time, it matters. We all got to work. We understand that. We got bills that need to be paid. But that one time that you show up to your kid's game, something like that, something major to that kid, it means the world. I seen it plenty of times. I even seen it with my own child. I have a little 8-year old. Now me and her mom goes to practice every day, go to the games every day. I'm thinking the little girl will not listen to me. I'm teaching her. But as soon as auntie show up, she turned into the new age of Stephen Curry. So I was shocked. And I thought she wasn't listening to me. But auntie show up, I'ma show out. So I seen that in my own experience in the league when a parent is coming to every game. A parent, you might not make it to every one, but you got to make it to something.
The chair.
Oh, and if you're interested to learn more about my experiences as a Black woman and educator in Guangzhou, China, I wrote my first ebook titled Nowhere and Everywhere: Captured Emotions of a Beautifully Broken Love Story. It is on lulu.com. Take a read and see some beautiful photography of mine. Enjoy the rest of the show.
The chair.
Now, when I developed a paint night with the help of Mass Art at the time, he is an hour, 2 hours that you could come there, paint absolutely for free, and embrace each other's time with your family. But no cell phones, no nothing. No little light music playing, but nobody's on their phone. Only time they pick up their phones to take a picture of their artwork. And that's what brought everybody even more together, branching off what I was already doing.
In your dream world, what other activities would you want to see expanded for youth?
So in this day and age, I'm learning how I lasted so long is learning how to adapt. Adapt to listen to the kids that's in my program, past, present, future. What I seen when I was coming up, we had neighborhood refs, meaning that Larry that used to work on your car down the street is now a referee. So I brung in real life referees because the kids wanted to change. It was like, look, Al, we getting older. You're gonna be going into high school. I want real referees. So for me, for youth development, I'm looking at the social media part. Can somebody come in and teach a kid how to make their music properly, how to own the rights to their music, how to really make a video out on the street that tell them the guidelines of making their videos that have a permit for certain areas that you need a permit to make your music videos, how to do this properly, how to make a sound, how to use a soundboard. It's not always about the sport. Swimming, kids like to swim. We have great artists around here that nobody will that's graduated from Berkeley, that's traveling the world. I just looking at the music and the protected kids from social media. How do you how you clean that up? Because I tell, I'm in the world of sports. I listen to these coaches that's higher up. I listen to these coaches that's higher than me. One thing they said to me, and they always said to me, the first thing we look before we offer a kid a scholarship is their social media. Why would I offer you a D1 scholarship and you're posing, holding random sacks of money up when you don't have a job? Other materials does not fit in for social media. Why would I trust you with a D1 scholarship to come in my school and risk the other students at the facility? I've delivered that message, and stuff like that needs to be done. Like, we have a lot of artists, we have a lot of people that's in photographs and stuff like the photography and stuff like that is just need to be taught. That's just open space to teach different things, trades and stuff like that. We don't have the space in our neighborhood to you're about to be a mother or something like that. Do you know how to cook a home cooked meal? Stuff like that matters.
Do you see yourself as that educator, as the director, and as the coach?
I do my best stream to get as any resources I can that want to teach. If it's not me, and one thing that we learned in this neighborhood is just get the job done. Let's get the resource in. I see myself, if I have to be, then that's what I have to do because who else is going to do it? I grew up here and I seen it from 17 on. I you know it's always a competition thing and stuff like that. What I bring to my kids is I said, okay, it's a lot of stuff, resources, people, resources that's out there. But I said, I always challenge them and ask them, how many people are doing stuff with you guys' age? What do you mean, Al? Like 14 to 17? Cause we all know you could write a grant that says, yeah, I deal with teenagers. Yeah, teenager works at 13, 12, or whatever, going into that real challenge age. Dream is that age where they could tell you, F bomb you off. That nobody want to deal with you. That's what I deal with. And be like, come on, we ain't gonna do that. Let's come on, let's get back together and bring it back to the table. But that's the challenge that we have, and I tell them if I don't do it, who else is going to do it? And no, I have in 25 years I have not heard a response yet. Eh, who's next? Who's after me? So the staff that I do got, I'm trying to make them they want to pursue this or not. That's part. That's what project, right? The young ones that's 25, 26. Your impacts are going to matter in the later years to come.
Do you feel that you are building the next generation to take over Mike and Al's basketball league? Do you feel that you have found youth who are just as passionate as you are to run it, just like you did when you were in high school, and then you just kept it going?
Yeah, I believe the team I have now, I have, I have took a little bit of a backseat of a challenge. At first, I tell them it's a method to my madness. They was like, "What you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, see." Kid goes off on them. First instant, as all of us have first instant, when you ain't in this line of work. You work in this line of work, but you ain't in this line of work like that. When they go off on you, and you say, "I don't want nothing to do with them," I'm like, "We can't do that. It's going to happen. See what the real issue is before you do that. Something has to happen. Have you seen them act like that before? No. This is the part that you do your investigations and see what's the problem is. If the kid never act like that before, what changed? What happened? You got to investigate. You have to want to care. Difference between putting basketball shirts on kids, uniform on kids, and send them on their way. That's different when you just doing that. But when you have to care about something, that changes everything. You have to want to do this. You have to want to care. You have to challenge yourself to care. Because remember when you was that young, you wanted somebody to care when you was going left. Sometimes the love is just not at home. Sometimes the love ain't around like that. And you have to understand that because the same thing is happening throughout. It don't matter what year it is. Sometimes dad's not communicating with the son, daughter, mother, or mother's not communicating with the son. One thing I told one of my youth workers, I said, he is like, the kid's out of control. The mom seems like she can't control the kid. I said, you know why? You said, why? Okay. One, father's not involved, right? He said, yeah. I said, look at the mother. So I look at her. I said, how tall you think the mother is? 5'8". I said, her son is 6'4". You don't think she ain't that's her son and all, but she ain't never see the hormone teenager and he's 6'4", 230 pounds. What is she gonna do? She needs help. So if you say something to him and he's snapping into attention, she ain't never seen that before from him because dad is not around or whoever's not around. So that tells you you got that hold on that child. Keep up to change it around. So that's the most challenging. The new generation, that's the most challenging part for them. The worst thing I ever had to go through in this line of work, when you go to somebody that you really cared about, knew he wasn't, just took a left turn, maybe something happened in his life, he just turned. And you go and you see the mom and dad, and you tell them that their son or daughter is no longer here. Right now, I new class have not dealt with that yet, but I always remind them that's it's a reality. I hate it to be a reality, but it's a reality. You're gonna lose one or two of them, and it sucks for me to say that, but it's facts, and that's what the Michael Kulu and Sean and Nicole they always warn me about. When you're young, you think nothing gonna happen because you feel you're young, you're invincible. That's the worst thing we all have to do, and it sucks, sucks, and you have to learn to not take that home, and that's where the training and all of that stuff come in part. It's needed because taking that home, carrying that with you every day, hard.
In the 25 years that you've been running the organization, how many kids have you lost?
Altogether, six, maybe more. Six on top of my head that I know in my heart. It's six altogether.
And what is your advice to other youth workers who experience loss of kids?
Speak to someone. I'm glad that this this era that for the sake of our neighborhood and sake of everything, we have trauma teams. It's okay to talk to somebody for counseling. Mental health is a real thing. Sometimes you need that powwow session. Find someone, a coworker, that will listen and understand. It's okay to cry. Don't hold that in. Get the help. Take the trainings when they come up. It will prepare you for this. Not as well as you may think, but that one kid that you lost, unfortunately, you might save another one. You might save two, might save three. But the impact that you make, you hold that's your prize. Not the money, not what are you doing to help the cause? Because this is more important. Saving somebody's life and seeing them down the line and talking to you about how much you have made impact in your life and they thank you for it. It's 25 years, Dream. I ain't get an award, nothing yet. I'm waiting. I hope I won't be like, I hope. I hope. I'm trying to get an award. I'm trying to feel special. I ain't get it yet, but but that award for me, for my community and my people, when I see these kids as adults and they coming back like, yo, Al, I can't believe you still out here doing it. And that brotherhood and that bomb and I get inboxes all the time from my social media like, Al, I used to play in the league. Y'all still need coaches. I could come coach some kids. I could do trainings and stuff like that. I come, set up little stuff. I got people that DJing me that used to play in the league. I got kids, their little brothers that I seen, little brothers are now playing, their sons are now playing. Just to see that go around 25 years full circle, that's the greatest thing I ever seen in my life. And it's like, I had to be reminded by your mother how great I am and how people in this neighborhood really appreciate what I'm doing. That's the greatest award I ever had ever. It's like I was at Anime Boston last Saturday. I'm walking through Copley Mountain. Like, oh, what's happening? I'm like, I'm looking around. Like, I thought it was DMX or somebody in the mall the way he was screaming. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, you gonna be there Tuesday? Yeah. I'll be there Tuesday. All right. So that seeing moments like that, man, brighten stuff up for me, and it is just that's my prize from the world. And Mike gets the same thing. Mike's more of a comedian than me. Mike, I gotta give Mike all his love, man. Mike's more a comedian. The kid asks him like, Mike, I don't. Are you Mike? He said, yeah. He said, man, I don't never see you. He said, you don't never see Colonel Sanders at KFC, do you? I said, Mike, you crazy.
Well, I'm glad that you're on the podcast so you can get all of your flowers and all my listeners can hear your stories.
Dream, I appreciate it. You know me. I feel famous. I'm out here. I'm finally made it, mama.
Thank you, Al, so much for sitting in the chair and sharing your stories. I truly, truly appreciate it.
No problem, Dream. It's always a pleasure. Like I said, thank you for making me famous. Please check out the Mike and Al's on Instagram. We did a collaboration with the city team, which is the guys that the organization that provide the kids with their uniforms, and they did a video supporting. They're very supportive of what we doing and what Project Right is doing, and they has been a great help towards what my goal is and letting people know that we're here for 25 years and hopefully it's 25 more to go.
Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dream always has a story.
Thank you for listening to an episode of The Chair. I'm going to share with you a dream of mine. I would love to be on Sesame Street. Sesame Street held my hand through childhood. In my dream, I would be in my big afro or rainbow braids sitting on the stoop sharing hair stories. I would like your help. please, by doing all the things like leave a review, share it with someone who would benefit from hearing this episode. And if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone at Sesame Street, share your favorite episode with them, and I'll make you some of my famous chocolatey hot chocolate. I hope you have a beautiful day, or if you are like me, still up in the middle of the night, I hope you take a deep breath and rest. Love you. Talk to you later.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Dream, hello. I just wanted to tell you you're wonderful. I just got through going through your podcast. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Keep it up. Maybe I need to send it to Oprah and Tyler Perry. Love you, baby. You are great.
Where we share